I'm joined by Stephen Tass of ETNO. Stephen, let's start by explaining ETNO and how it fits into the European scene in telecommunications.
Well, thank you, Brian. Well, ETNO is one of the largest association of telecom operators in Europe. Together, I think we represent about 2/3 of the investment capacity in networks in Europe. This group of operators has been building telecommunication networks for the last decades in Europe, and we're really committed to continue to building state-of-the-art networks, both mobile and fixed in Europe. And that's also the reason why we're here today, because this is a conference about investment, and investment is really the core activity of our members.
And I think you were very pleased by what you heard in the opening plenary about regulation, in Poland in particular, but it was a welcoming message, I think.
Absolutely. I think that the Polish regulator has said some very interesting things today at the conference. So basically what was said is that we need to review the European regulatory framework, and we should really strive for less regulation than what we have done in the previous years. I think we should all recognize that the rules that we had in Europe made sense probably 10 to 15 years ago, but now if we're looking ahead of us, what we will need for the next 10 to 15 years are different rules than the rules we had in the past. And it's very encouraging that also regulators are now saying this, that it is important. And we really want to work with them all on making sure that we have state-of-the-art rules in Europe that really stimulate people for investing in faster networks, for innovating and making sure that we have the best digital backbone for our digital society in Europe.
So a last question, if I give you a blank sheet of paper, what sort of rules would you put down there?
Well, I think much less than what we had in the past. I think we should really look at what are the rules we still need today, what are the rules we don't need anymore, and what can we really leave to the market on its own. So, and the rules that we leave in place should really be rules that are stimulating investment, are stimulating innovation. That's going to be key. We should really it's really important to understand that we are working in a globalized world, and so we must make sure that the competitiveness of our digital economy in Europe really is comparable and even beats other regions in the world. So this is a global competition in which we're playing, so we really need to make sure that the rules we have in place, the policies that we really in place, stimulate the European digital economy to grow and to prosper and to bring welfare to all European citizens. So that's key for me.
That's really interesting. Thank you very much for talking to us.
Thank you, Brian, for this interview.
So in a fast-changing world, regulation needs to change with it to keep pace.